Alright, so I guess I'm filming the Spectacular now because I was just given this while I was filming the monthly unboxing because I got that and such, but I can't show the front, so I think I know what this is though because it's what my sister said she will get me. I think it was last month. But she said this came in 2 months ago. I know what it's from though. Yeah. Because I was gonna say I know what the story came from though. I have to censor that. Because she literally told me. She told me. Oh yeah. When my oldest sister got her light sticks, I was like, yeah, like I have, like, you know, I have the, as you know, like I have the red velvet one, but I was like, you know, obviously Super Junior is like my all-time favorite group, and that's just by like, I feel like I have to elaborate on what aspects now because obviously people are gonna assume things, but obviously not. I have to like point out not through those stuff, but how old is this? Because this is definitely another version, because obviously label SJ doesn't exist anymore. I don't even recall if they had a second version, because it's definitely interesting to see an SM light stick in a rectangular box. This is definitely, yeah, this is interesting for sure, because it's different from all of like the standard SM affairs. But I think it's the same thing of it's basically the same thing. There's 2 buttons? Or is this not a button? What is this? What is this? Okay. But yeah, it's just tells you, I don't have nails anymore. It just tells you power on and off. Press for more. Press. Long press on SJ button more than 30 seconds. Alright. I really like the translucent blue, because their main color is sapphire blue. But yeah, this one's not going to be as fun putting back in the box for sure. But yeah, this one definitely is interesting. I just don't know what this entire port is for. And yeah, it's just the same thing of just you plug this in. Alright, you plug this in and voila. I would take out, actually, yeah. Let's take out the red velvet one. And just, because I think they're the same thing. So just take this. You know, they're the same exact socket, so or not. Oh, you have to. Oh, okay. Oh, so this one's blue. Oh wow! Wait, look at that. This one actually. Ooh, it's front and back. That's interesting. Ooh. I'm pretty sure it's the same exact. Yeah, it's the same exact like features that you would expect. Lighting, quick blink, animation, graduation. Huh. Is there... Oh. About 3 hours, okay. How to use standard mode. Okay. Oh, and then I think they were in lighting mode. That is quick blink. This is animation. This is what they call graduation. And then how do you turn it off? Because it says it powers off. But I don't think it does that. Bluetooth mode. Yellow light will move. Well, how do you access Bluetooth mode? I don't think it's the case like the red velvet one. Yeah, because this one definitely functions differently. Is used to register the seat through the exclusive application. Okay, wait. The fan light is not controlled centrally if the Bluetooth mode is on. Please change to standard mode. To turn off Bluetooth mode, press and hold the power button for 2 consecutive. Oh, okay. That's not a yellow light. Okay. Why does this one have more color than the red velvet one? That's actually kind of sad. Yeah, then just... Turn off. Turn off. No, that's Bluetooth mode. Turn off. There. Other functions. What kind of function is this? What? It's basically trying to say, look, you can use this with your previous one. Exchangeable with the other official Fanlight battery pack. That's the worst kind of functionality I've ever read. Oh, did you know that you can exchange your battery pack from your previous one to the next one? Like, what functionality does that add? Heck, I don't need to do it with another one. I literally did it with the red velvet one. Oh, no. Wait. I think that... No, that's not it. The official Fanlight battery pack, which can be rechargeable with a micro USB and can be used 2.5 times longer. Wow, these things are basically like cameras. Exclusive accessories on official Fanlight. You can decorate your own Fanlight with the exclusive accessories. It's silicone, okay. The exclusive accessories are sold separately. Yeah, so this is version 2, which is definitely interesting. So, yeah, you're supposed to put, like, accessories here, I guess, and then put it back in? Oh, jeez. But, oh, jeez. I think for sure this is definitely... I think the shape for this one is actually really neat. And, again, I like this translucent blue. Oh, wait, we didn't go over the strap. No, because I was like, okay, this is interesting. Whoops, I got hair on it, but this is actually interesting. The strap is the only thing to have the modern Super Junior logo, because this is the one they had for Super Clap, which is interesting. But yeah, I assume that... Oh, whoops. Jeez. I assume that my sister did get this at the same time as my oldest sister's NCT light stick. But I don't know why there's... I don't know why there's... that. But yeah, we're definitely gonna make room for the Super Junior one here now. Unless we just simply... Yeah. Can I just put it on top of the red velvet one? I think it's gonna fall. It's definitely going to fall, but I'm gonna have to do that for now. Yeah, this is really nicely appreciated and such. I genuinely would have assumed that like this would have been Christmas. Cause I was saying like, I mean, I think I have other things I would have prioritized for that time, and I don't know why I put this in backwards. But oh, yeah. So that has to do with the Super Junior Light Stick version 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they probably just went with this box because it probably fits better, but I know it's like, what's the point of getting these light sticks if you're not even gonna like be able to use them? But I think it's just more of like the fun of just having it and such. Cause like I know, like, I mean, I've been kind of like jokingly thinking like I should get Espas just because you can interchange it and such, and also just to be like Espas is more like I'm not getting it like seriously, as opposed to like Super Junior. and such. Or I mean, Red Velvet's was just more of like a surprise, right? Yeah, because if you recall, I forgot. You guys never saw the footage for. You guys never saw the full unboxing for the Red Velvet one because my sister was there and such. But I forgot about that. But to re-explain, like my sister, before we were heading out, like my sister just handed me this package and such, and she got me the Red Velvet light stick as a Christmas present and such. I think 2 years ago now. It's going to become 2 years ago. And like I've always kind of said whenever we would talk about light sticks, so just like, yeah, of course I'll get a Super Junior one just because it's Super Junior. But like I mean, like we were talking every time we discussed about like SM light sticks in particular. Um even though like I mean, most of the time it's just us talking about how, yeah, like most of these light sticks just aren't really. They're mainly the same. Like the version ones at least. And then like I was talking about, because like I know like with Espa for example, I think they're in the talks of doing a version 2, which is honestly I find that to be kind of ridiculous because it's like why Red Velvet is still stuck with their version. Like I think Red Velvet's like the only group that's still stuck in like their original like version ones. Everyone else, for the most part, I think it's only SNSD, Shiny, and Red Velvet that are still stuck in their version ones. But I think it's just because Shiny's version 1 is like the most solid. But everyone else is moving on to version 2s because NCT is the most recent one because of the integration of Wish. But like my sister did not want to get my oldest sister the version 2 of NCTs because none of us liked it. I thought it was kind of an interesting idea, but like my issue is that they want you to buy 4 separate light sticks to interchange them, which is ridiculous. It should be the one NCT light stick that has 4 interchangeable plates, so then you can change it from either 127, Dream, Wavy, or Wish. But they don't do that. And also, Wavy fans don't like the new integration. The new, they especially do not like it and such. So like like seeing the NCT one in person is kind of funny because it's just a huge brick, but it's like funny. But like again, going back to like Espa, because they're apparently in the talks of doing a version 2. But like I thought their version 1s were fine because like theirs was supposed to be basically a globe, but then you like change out the emblems. I never like, which I think is cool and such. But like, I think that's a more reasonable thing of just like, okay, you can buy the base light stick set, but then you can, if you want, you can buy these expanded emblem sets and such for that specific member and such, which I think is valid. It's not to the extent what they decided to do with NCT, where you have to buy 4 different light sticks just for a plate. But I don't know if they, I don't like. I again like the issue now is like, because I think it's because to most people, like light sticks. I don't want to stick with SM's terms, but like with what they want, I think to most fans, like owning a light stick is supposed to be like a sign of like being a true fan to that group or something like that. And for me to like basically get the Espa one, but not in that like fashion, I think it's gonna be a lot of disrespect in a way. But I feel like that's kind of the case of me getting a lot of Espa stuff in general, which is why I've been kind of wary of like how much more I can keep going with this, especially for Quanya verse 3 and such. So like, yeah, I think it would be, I don't know, because I guess in a way I can't just approach getting the Espa light stick like, for example, me getting Momotaro's gonna fall. Me picking up Choryujin full action. I basically can't do that same like stunt of just like, oh, look at me, wacky whoopie doo. I got myself Choryujin full action despite saying I wasn't going to, because it's called being a hypocrite, and also it's just because they actually decided to do the other Judenryus. So first of all, he can't even stand properly. He literally can't. I don't know what happened to him, but he's like lopsided. Can't you tell? He's super lopsided now. That's actually kind of concerning. Oh, no wonder why. It's because he got unpegged when the last time he got thrown in the trash. Okay, now he's gonna... Okay, now he stands up fine. Okay. But yeah, like, I can't just get the Espa light stick in the same fashion. I guess I can't get K-pop stuff in, like, the same, like, mannerisms I typically get, like, Toku stuff of just, like, yeah, sure, we'll get that because it'll rub off the wrong way to certain people and such, and I don't want to, like, I guess I don't want to continue doing that. Especially, again, with, like, thinking over with, like, how we've been doing Espa and such. Because I think it does send the wrong... I don't know, because, like, I don't want to say, like... Because I have a different mindset as to why I have the Espa, like, why I've been, like, buying into Espa and such, than my sister has, and such. Because, for me, the way I view it is that, like, by actually having this stuff in hand, it shows more in a way that, like, oh yeah, like, I've actually, like, kind of dedicated myself to the video kind of thing and such. Like, or, like, that's, like, the worst way of explaining it, but, like, you know, that I am, like, devoted myself into, like, actually wanting to, like, be engaged with the video, I guess. But, like, my sister views it differently, or in a different way and such. Of just, like, I don't want to explicitly say it. But it's just more of, like, this is not what she is saying, but it's basically... This video was basically just an excuse so then you can buy these albums or buy these things and such. And that these videos are ways to justify as to why you got them. And that is definitely a perspective for sure. Like, it's not wrong, because, like, I tend to do that sometimes. Especially with a lot of things on the main channel. Like, I try to do that a lot with Geo. Or it wasn't for the main channel. It just ended up being on the main channel. But, yeah, that's why I feel like I had to be very wary of, like, what stuff I pick up. Just because, again, I can show this now. Like this magazine for Espa and such. Like, I mean, admittedly, I feel like I probably overreacted, but at the same time, it's just more of like, yeah, how do I explain this? Or like having this? Because like because the way I would explain it is I got it because I wanted to show it off in like a minute. And like I wanted to have this thing show up for like 30 seconds in a video. And, but now, but if I try explaining it to anyone else, they're gonna like not think that way. But I mean, again, at least it has Erica in this. Because Erica is in this a lot. So if you're a King Oldger fan, because I assume at this point she was already casted in King Oldger. So it's like, hey, if you happen to be an Erica fan, but also an Espa fan, this magazine's for you. And I just started. I made the thumbnail for this video already, and I'm like really excited to get this video started. I think after I finished editing, after I finished putting Anthony's footage in for Pobs, I'm definitely gonna start writing. I'm definitely gonna start drafting up D. Because I'm trying, all I did is that I just started cutting footage up. I started going through my 6 hours of gameplay for Devil May Cry 2 and trying to like come up with a montage to come up in 50 seconds. So I think I'm going to do the montage first, and then I'll probably proceed with actually doing I don't know, because I want to write it and then do the montage, and then we'll film it, and then we'll edit the rest. I think that's how I want to go at it, because I definitely do need to start working on Summon Ride too, which is why I think it's just better to work on D first, just because, like, again, this is a video I've had planned since July, because Geets did not fly through, just because people I was working with were dealing with their own things. So I had to just start working on D automatically. Or like, I had to start working on that right away. And it's just a video that, like, it's not gonna make sense. It's just pure it's like the exact like thing I want, which is like, this is just pure nonsense, but I hope like whoever watches it at least like gets entertained. They're not gonna get educated. They're not gonna like, it's gonna be nonsensical in terms of following the plot or like following the entire video, just because it's like all these little connections and such. Like, why are you trying to connect? How do we go from K-pop, tokusatsu, to Devil May Cry? And Teletubbies. Like, how do we go from all these four things, all these four separate things? Well, I mean, Devil May Cry is connected to tokusatsu, but, like, not Devil May Cry 2. But, like, how do we go from this entire weird circle? Like, I'm just hoping that people, I'm just hoping people at least, like, this video is weird, but, like, hey, like, I at least see the, I guess, compassion that came out of it. I don't know. It's like, I wanted to do a whole, like, because Now Dash Ryder technically hasn't had, like, a Halloween-centric video since year one with Monster. So, like, but, like, I didn't want to do, like, a Halloween-centric thing. I wanted to do something that, like, is clearly disconnected to Halloween, but in a way, I thought this thing was already cracked, or starting to get cracked. I want to do something that was, like, not Halloween adjacent, but make it Halloween adjacent, if you get what that means and such. Anyway, I think that will have to do with this. Not for this entire video, but for this part. I don't know, I just feel like here I can actually talk about this stuff, especially because you're going to see this stuff, like, in late December. You're going to see this stuff after ARC. So, because I finally figured out how to lay out ARC. So, yeah. So, this is the first of 2 for this video, because this one, I wanted it to be small, but Zrykin got things that increased the shipping because of the nature of this. Because if you don't recall, the only reason why this one happened was because of one of the things that I didn't get. So I finished putting this together and such. I don't know why with this now I'm like, you know what, I really should consider getting the Shinkocho Seiho. I don't have the Solo Chronicle on me. It's upstairs, I think. So this one's kind of, I think there's like technically 3 things in this package on my behalf that I'm like, I like severely was looking forward to. I should stand up. After this, I'm going to be continuing touching up or like, filling up things for D-Ryder because I got the base of it done at like 6 a.m. Okay, wait, we clearly know what this one is, so I'll leave that one on top. But, yeah, I know what 2 of these are, I think. Oh, wow. This one's just like this already, so, yeah. This was, I tried to get this in my last entry, but I couldn't. This is the replacement piece for the Premium DX Laser Raise Riser because they both are different. So whenever we do get around to this, we will have to do 2 different videos in 2 separate demos because there's pros and cons with both of them, according to the Japanese fans. Yeah, these are interesting pictures because I thought it was kind of random, but I can't really say much. Ow. Oh my gosh, my phone fell on my phone. It really hurts. So, oh jeez, I crushed. So Zrykin got 2 model kits. I will make him open this one because to make him see the packaging and such. I don't know if this is supposed to be present, but definitely an interesting packaging. Because he said these are 2 older kits, but this is clearly re-release. This is clearly re-release because it says it's from 2010, but the Bandai's blue and has the Bandai Namco. So I just assumed that this probably wasn't sold anywhere that he would have gotten it from. Anyways, let's get to the main 3 things. So you've already seen one. The main reason why this box was a thing, even though I've made multiple jokes about it. Yeah, I finally got my Gashapon. I finally got my Gashapon version of the Art Cube, despite the fact that the most recent campaign for the Art Galaxier and the, yeah, I think it's just that, uses this same exact track, but I've already tracked this down. So obviously we will test that out. I did not know the Arcarizer fell. There we go, I have that now. Oops. This will have a different phrase. Okay. So there. I can now actually cover. I can actually start filming for Arc now. Even though I don't know when the HLJ thing is coming in. Draken said it should have been today, but he had more model kits coming in, so it should be probably like by later on this week. See, the spot on my foot is now becoming red. I hope it doesn't bruise up. Oh gosh. But yeah, I will actually put this together. I'll film a separate part for the review of assembling this together, so there's that. And I'll get to the third one, because this one is this one's actually the most expensive thing in this box. I finally got it. I got the sequence version of Winters sealed. Okay, they put this on here, but I finally got it. We finally have Winters, so which means we finally have all 4 versions of the sequence version, basically 11 months after, because I got these in March. And for anyone curious, I gave my oldest sister my other Karina, and she pulled a Giselle. So I hope I'm not gonna be surprised if I end up pulling that same card too. I wouldn't mind, because I don't have that card. But I told my sister that I will share to her what I pull once I get all 4, and I finally did. I'm so ecstatic, but it was not worth. Gosh, I did not bring my water. I apologize so much. But yeah, look at it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I have all 4 of them. Like, yeah, Winter's price was bad. It was $27, and I don't apply to that at all. I don't know why Winters is so hard. Because I think, obviously, like, Giselle and Ning Ning are, I think, like, the easiest ones. Karina, I want to say, is middle of the road, because I ended up getting 2. And then Winter was just utterly impossible. So, yes, I know we're in Whiplash era, but, like, I'm gonna take my time with this one and just hope that it does show up, or more of them do show up, because I have to get, I think I still have to get 4 more of these. And I did take a look at the photo card template for these. I think this era might be my least favorite of photo cards. So, not that that matters. Obviously, we have to get these for the sake of Down Dash Ryder. Now the rest of this is kind of finicky, because half of this is actually going to be saved for Photo Card Supersonic, because I'm actually going to do another entry. I wasn't planning on to initially, but it's like, I think it'll be okay. So, ooh, I can actually see whose card this is. I think we have to save this one. 6 of these we can't cover. Okay, I know who this one is. One of these was also stupidly expensive too. I can't see who this one is. I think there's 2 of these that I just decided, no, 2 of these that shouldn't apply. Okay, if it's this, I know that I need to save it. There's 2 of them. Okay. Let's get to the second or the third most expensive thing. This is kind of difficult. Okay. So, I know for sure half of these have to be saved. Oh wait, I remember one. I remember one of these cards that I got. Man, that's super unfortunate. Because 3 of these cards. Let's go with this one. I feel like we're going to have like a 1 out of 5 chance. And this one. I think these 2 we can open. But there technically should have been 3. I probably don't have one of them. Okay. So this one's interesting. We packed. But yeah, so like what I said, there, we finished Karina for Hot Mess. So, and then, because I think that was the jewel case, for the Hot Mess version they called it. I swear, this one is one of the ones for Photo Card Supersonic. I'm not gonna be surprised if it is. But because one of these should have been cool. Can we take a preview look? We need to, like, make sure. I swear. I'm gonna ruin this for myself. I know I am. Oh, no. Okay. This is actually... Wow. I did choose right. I decided to... These were $7 together, so I was just like... Sure. This is... the SM Mini card for Wendy. Because... you can't see it. It really cannot make its way to the... It can't make its way to the camera, but... I have her SM Mini because I got it as a freebie, so... Sure. And... this is... one of her other cards for the package version, I think? But why is it copyrighted? That is interesting. Maybe I don't know what this card is from. Well, yeah, it was basically for the SM Mini card because I wanted a card of her in this outfit. So... yeah. That means one of these, one of the things I did not go through, but I'm glad it didn't go through. I guess that's the third one that didn't go through. I mean, the two that didn't go through was just because it was just because Riken forgot and I didn't tell him. I just kind of figured he forgot because I typically check the links that I sent to Riken after just to make sure like he actually bought it and such. And I saw that he didn't get them, but I didn't mind because it's like I wanted this to be a smaller order anyway because I needed to ship out the art cube. It's just that because initially it was just going to be this and the Karina Hot Mess photo card. But then I think days earlier I saw this listing and I was like, I don't have anything else in mind, so we can do that. And again, these two cards were only $7 together. Yeah, because I think I was going to get an individual listing with the SM Mini for like, I think the same price, but I was like, we'll just get these together. It wouldn't hurt. Because again, practically for Chill Kill, I've only obtained Wendy. And it's like, what did I do for this? I still find it so ridiculous. And then with Armageddon, it was mainly Giselle. Because I think I kind of want to clear up some things that, like, obviously I'm not, like, I think especially with the poster version, the Barnes & Noble exclusive, I was only freaking out, or like, I was only, like that. Because they just managed to pull her entire set for that one. So it's like, okay. Also, like, I guess I can show these, even though I've already technically have, but, like, I think it was, like, late last month, I did get, it was, like, the day after my birthday, or it was, like, 2 days after my birthday, I think, I am getting Cosmic. I don't think I am going to be able to get the Target version at this point. Because I'm not going to be able to tell or ask Zraken or so to take me to Target. So we got the Midnight Sun versions. They had all 4 versions when I initially went there. And also Giselle's they just randomly have Giselle versions of stuff. Like, I randomly saw my first scene version in person. And they just have Giselle, and it's like, wait, what? They are selling the scene version? But they did have all 4. But I had to only choose. I needed to restrict myself. So I wanted to get the Midnight Sun right away. And I did choose well because when I went back last... It was like a few days ago. Today's Wednesday. We went on Saturday, so that was like 4 days ago. I got myself the hotel version. However, they don't have the poster version. But honestly, I'm pretty sure it will come back. So I'm not too bothered. But they did have 2 of these ones up, so. Wendy's album is still at my Barnes & Noble, too. I forgot to take pictures of this haul. I guess because... Well, it was because I was filming in D. I was filming for Noun Dash Ryder, so I couldn't use this space. But at the same time... like was said, I'm pretty sure my Barnes & Noble will eventually get the Beat and Speed versions. Because I'm pretty sure I'm just not going to be able to obtain the group one here. But I'm pretty sure they will eventually release the member-specific Speed versions. Because I'm only going to get Ning Ning. And then for the Beat version, I'm still in between whether or not I do want to get 2, like the group and then Ning Nings, because it's just different covers. But honestly, I'm like, I think I might consider it, especially with my luck on Armageddon. I'm like, maybe I will get pink hair Giselle. So yeah, that must mean the rest of these are for Photo Card Supersonic. Unless one of these just didn't. Wait, no, there is 5. Oh, it did go through. Okay, never mind. Alright. Yeah, okay, I miscounted. There is 5. Okay, so never mind. We have to find it now. Okay, I think it has to be this one. This is pretty thick. Oh no, we opened it. This one, because I know that. Okay, this has to be the one then. But this feels a lot thinner. I think there was only one thing of this order too that I like held back on because I was just like, again, I kind of wanted it to be small, but then Zraken decided to get model kits, and it's like, oh, that's gonna jump the shipping, or that's gonna push the shipping. Why can't I get this? Don't tell me. Oh, okay. It is. Wow. How come this feels a lot thinner than like that other one for being one card? This one was an impulse. It was basically in the same vein as these 2 cards. It's like they're $7, so it's just like, okay. This one, on the other hand, I got a pack of oh my god. Now I don't know if these are actually okay, yeah. I don't mind actually now. Okay, so we should have saved this for Photo Card Supersonic. This could have been another entry of. This could have been another entry for Photo Card Supersonic of self-made cards. I was trying to get that together, but I don't mind the price now. Actually, if that's the case. And I actually don't mind now because I got a self-made version for this card. So that wow, I'm not that I'm actually not that disappointed. Though I think that means I actually do have to track down the actual card for these two because I was like oh, this is like an entire steal because like, you know, it's the 2 zine version cards for Ning Ning, I believe. And then like 2 POVs and such. Because this is one of the POVs I was like, oh my gosh, I want to get it and such. But learning that they're self-made cards, I don't mind, especially for this. I think for POVs, I don't mind actually. Man, this is. I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't like. This could have. I just ruined a potential entry. Because okay, like obviously I started to notice it right away because I'm like, wait, the saturation seems higher because it seems a lot more orange. And then I looked at the back and I'm like, yeah, it's incredible. It's incredibly blurry and it's a lot more sturdy of a card. Like again, I want to reframe this. I'm not disappointed that I duped myself because honestly, it explains the price hike, honestly. So, because again, I don't mind supporting these kind of people and such, just because it's like this is like really well done and such. I just ruined it for myself. So, yeah, I'm actually going to keep these. I'm gonna actually put these with my other self-made cards because that's what they are. I don't know. I might show them off in Photo Card Supersonic then. I don't know. Just because that's kind of what this series has kind of become. But yeah. Well, I don't. Espa hasn't been established in the series though. But I mean, I guess it's nice to have Espa self-made cards. Because again, like, I don't mind the quality. Like, this is really good. The print quality obviously is like not like. I think compared to the person I was getting my self-made cards from, I think the print quality is definitely. I think for these two, they're not really the best. Like they are blurry and some of the colors washed out, but I think for the POBs at least, when you look at them from like afar, they look really close. It's just until you like start looking at like, I think the SM Entertainment, that it's like, okay, yeah, you can tell it's not the actual thing, but like honestly the Armageddon actually looks really good. I'm not sure where this one's from, but like I don't know. I feel like the colors for this one are like the most right. I'm sorry for going on with that, but no wonder why this person was putting these on a sale. It explains so much, and honestly, I actually won't mind if I actually won't mind if this person, if I actually find this person again, and if they do versions of Pink Giselle, because oh my gosh, I would definitely eat that up. Please do Pink Giselle. I'll honestly look after because I think Drek and I unintentionally started another order. I knew I had to just because of ARC stuff, but also because of another project that came up. I might as well open this one if we opened the rest. It's at least nice to know I found a store that I can get self-made Espa cards for, because I was kind of considering that for a while. Just because, again, sometimes it's just more of like, I don't care. I just want, it's kind of, I guess that's why I'm a lot more lax at bootlegs. Ooh, what kind of sleeve is this? This is a interesting sleeve, but again, this is wow, okay. This was the last photo card I needed for Karina. I was gonna try to find Ning Ning's cards, but they're actually difficult because I needed a card from the limited edition and I needed her poster version, but I can't actually find a good listings for it, so which was kind of surprising. This one went a lot longer than I wanted it to go, or than I initially intended, but I mean, like I know it's kind of weird. I'm basically disappointed for the wrong reasons, because I think most people, obviously, if for the uninformed, they will be upset like, oh man, I got myself like non-authentic photo cards. I'm the opposite. I'm more of like, I wish I knew these were not authentic in the first place, so then I could have done a better showcase about it. That's what I'm more upset about. But yeah, that'll have to do with this part. Let's display it like that. This is you can say this is definitely the smallest we've done, but again, we have not covered these ones because I'm going to dedicate this for photo card Supersonic, so I don't have to close this out properly because there's going to be another part. HLJ came in, but I had to kind of, I kind of just want to like add something about this user, because the thing is that I actually was going to get like, I actually was going to get hot mess cards from this user, like of Ning Ning's cards, but then I was just like, well, I kind of want, I wasn't too big on the prices, because I'm like, why is it $10 for this one card? Well, like, it makes sense now. And like, I just checked their store. They're not up to date with Whiplash stuff, but I'll keep my eyes on it, because like, I think I saw a template of Pink Cell, and I'm like, no way that it's only 2 cards from the albums and everything else. Well, one of them you can't even obtain properly. One of them is through the limited edition. And like, I don't know how stupidly expensive that one is. Like that, oh my gosh. Like, I can talk so much about
Because the thing is that most of Giselle's cards of her in pink hair are all paws, and I'm like, why? Why is this the case? Is it that hard just to get like? Is it that hard just to get a card of her in pink? Like, oh my gosh, I don't even know why this is like even a thing. I'm even like threatening on. I don't even know if I'm using that word correctly or pronouncing that correctly. I don't even know how to pronounce it anymore. But I don't know. I'm just like, I just want a pink cell card, but they're all gonna probably be stupidly expensive, just like all the winter black Bob cards. Like, why does this have to be the case? Like, that limited edition Giselle card for Whiplash, I'm like, honestly, I mean, obviously, I'll prefer to have the set, but I think that one I might get like two on. I don't know why, but I'm like, I'm just like, again, what is wrong with me? Why am I in this mindset now? That's what I'm like, been thinking. I was just like, why am I in this mindset of it would be so nice to have this in my hand? I don't even care in what form, whether or not it's the authentic version or not. I don't care. Just some form of it. Why am I going through this? Someone help me in a way to get over it, not actually commit. That sounds wrong. I need to fill in the HLJ one now. Oh my gosh, we can finally move on. So, today is December 20th. I was supposed to get this box last week. Last Friday, I was supposed to get it. But somehow, we don't know how, or like, it was either by or it was Draken. Somehow, basically, our address got split up into the 3 address lines. Like I said, this was either a mistake on Bai or it was a mistake on Draken. So, Draken was confused, obviously, because technically I was supposed to get this last week. So then I would have been able to push out the rest of Arc this week. I couldn't do that. So I had to split up the 3 videos that were ready into the full week, which obviously wasn't good. So, we did get this situated. I spent the last 10 minutes ripping labels off because they were going to send it back, but they were originally going to send it back on the 18th. So basically 2 days ago, but Zrykin was able to, I think because he already emailed them about like changing the address and such, so that all got situated and such, but obviously it was frustrating. Obviously, like, I mean, it wasn't Zrykin's fault. He was trying to like get this situated and such. But yeah, this is, I don't know what has happened. I can't show that side. But yeah, this box got destroyed. But yeah, oops. Because I thought this was, because yesterday the UPS truck came over and like just stood in front of our house, didn't drop anything off. It did today, or I think it went to another house or so. So I was just assuming that was the same thing when I was
looking at the printer if it had ink. And then, like, my sister came out and she was like, "Are you guys expecting anything?" I'm like, "No. I should be expecting my package from 2 weeks ago." But, but like, she said that it looked pretty big, so yeah. So I hope this is everything I need and not and nothing is excluded, because I swear if there's something excluded, I'm gonna be upset, like literally. So you didn't watch the monthly unboxing. One of these things, because I did get the Valen Buster, I did proceed with getting why is it like this? I did proceed with getting the single forgot boost alongside the Fantastics Gochizo and such. Now this thing, please. All right. This does seem like a full set. For 8, yeah. This seems like a full set. This is obviously Arc. Let's open this to make sure. Because obviously I don't want to have a case of where, yeah, 80, Mother. Okay, that's, yep, Arc, Saga. That's Blazar Fedoron. Great. Then this one has to be Zerf. Zerf and Shining Ultimate Zero. Cool. I got the full set. It wasn't a case like with Gashapon 1 where I basically got ripped off. Thank gosh. And then let's move this one out right away, because this one is, I don't know what this one is. So this one is Dragons. This is his Soul one. You can see what it is. I think this is a premium. Set. So obviously I'll put that on his side. But then obviously you know my tradition with singles. This one I'm just gonna go top to bottom just because. This is the other one that was mandatory. This is the 015th cube, to which I can excitedly say, yes, finally, the Saturn armor is finally getting a cube. And honestly, I forgot about this. I forgot the Subaraya store teamed up with Bai, so we could have just done it through that. The Saturn armor comes out next week, so I'll get it next month, basically. But yeah, I'm relieved that my Arc stuff are here, because I think it was only these two and another two that I picked up. Because the rest of, actually, this one is actually, should... This one, okay, so like this one ended up being a smaller order just due to the time span between a lot of these and the urgency. So I got these because I don't remember what store we ordered these off of, but again, this is the letter, but I got these initially for the sake of the, okay, so there's a funny thing with these. So basically, because obviously it's a J-pop group, these, I think this one only comes with postcards, I think, of the members, plus the Gochizos, and I'm pretty sure this is like a full set and not of just, like, I'm pretty sure this is new. But there are, I think it's randomized, but there are essentially are photo cards of Gav and Valen. They're technically not like traditional like K-pop photo cards, but they're cards of Gav and Valen nevertheless. So of course I wanted to coin in on that. So yeah, that was sick. Like, so I did not expect it to come like that and such. But there again, this one might be the small one. No, it's definitely not. This one goes alongside a future thing. So for some of these, I did not care for how it was going to. Because typically for this stuff, I would absolutely go nuts about. Oh no, this one's not it. This one had a funny description. I thought the description of this one was cute. So, yeah, as you can tell, I got the double Gochiso, only the double Gochiso, but that's just because the description for this one, I think, was, my son only wanted 01. So, I got a spare double Gochiso. I think we can... I said we were gonna go up and down, so... Okay, I guess all these are gonna be packed like this, so... This one is taped. Weird. Oh, whoops. But yeah, this is the Ryuki Gochizo. The person said they were going to ship it opened, but I was trying to be so strong-held on like, oh, I wanted to get it sealed, but I was like, wait, I don't, why do I care? Because I'm not gonna I'm using these as a base, so I don't need to worry about that. These things are large. Wow, these things are so large. Okay. That's kind of freaky. Okay, yeah, this is the other one. This is the... Oh, wow, cool. This one has the... I think this one did say it was going to have the ramen. I never bought candy toys that just straight up were like, oh, you're not going to get the... You're not going to have the, Ooh, that's nice. This thing's frozen. We had a snowstorm yesterday. Wow. Did you hear that crunch? So satisfying. I'm going to use this bag, please. We'll skip this one, actually. It was clearly the most, like, in the moment kind of purchase. Huh? Oh. So as you can see from... Interesting. Wait, is this how Gashapon ones come in? Okay. This is a really interesting way of packing the stickers in, because this is what I would expect out of a photo card. Unless there's a bonus, I don't think so though. Yeah, it's just the stickers. This is definitely a really interesting way of packing the stickers. Again, I don't need them. Because then this one is going to be confusing for sure. Yeah, so I guess I got all of these with flattened boxes, but again, I don't care. I'm not covering these ones. I just try to find the ones with the best deals. So, yeah, this one's the most confusing one for people. Here's Valorad. And as you can see, his box. They cut the bottom off? No. Like, because again, here, it's like, yeah, I can technically reconstruct the box, but it's like... We already did that with Ryuki, didn't we? Yeah, so... There. Valorad reconstructed if we wanted to do so, but... We will stick this to the original owner's wishes. We will respect how they packed it. Now I don't remember how it was packed because I think I messed up. Because I think it was supposed to be like that. Yep. So, yeah, we have 5 Legend Rider Gojizos. So, what gives? This last one, I should have waited because I got this basically day 1. I wanted to get more, but I didn't. I couldn't. This is technically a first for me, but this is Ning Ning's SM Mini for Whiplash. Because I felt like I should probably actually get an SM Mini. And yeah, as you can, I think you can tell it's been opened because I know what's guaranteed. Yeah, I can tell it's opened because the person tried to. Yeah. So, to spoil this, the photo card is Ning Ning's. Because I did not think. But, I do have an SM Mini on here right now. And this is how they're supposed to be. This is why I was originally going to get another one of Wendy's Choco one, because obviously the one I have is the one I got as a freebie. But, like, honestly, it's just because, like, I think
I just really like these pictures and was kind of disappointed we didn't really get to see these. We didn't really get to see this setup in the music video. So it's just like, I want some representation of like technically like the music video like teasers, but like in some form. So it's just like, okay, fine, I'll pick up an SM mini version. I still need to pick up the other versions of Whiplash because the last time I went to Barnes and Noble, I don't think they still only had the Barnes and Noble exclusive, to which my oldest sister was originally going to get for me until she just got me another version of the hotel version of Cosmic. So luckily, she did not get me another one of this because I still have yet to open this. But I need to get, was it 2 more versions or 3 more versions of Whiplash? I don't know. It's like, I kind of, right now, I'm like, I just need to get Irene's album. I severely need to get Irene's album. Like, that's all in my head right now. I'm just like, I need to get Irene. But like, again, they didn't have her album when they said that it was going to come out last week. Last week or so, but like, I don't know. It's like, why do you do this to me? Is this gonna be a case of like Cosmic, for example? I had to wait like 2 months just to see it. But thank gosh that I'm just relieved that this box or like, everything of this order did come through. We have again the one SM mini. Again, what I originally wanted to do was that if we weren't really tight on like what to get or like what to spend things on, I wanted to try to get I wanted to try to get, I can't pick it up. So, you know, in the last part that we got, we picked up, you know, Wendy's set, and then we completed Yuri and Joy's sets for the Cosmic versions. I wanted to pick up Sugi's set. Because, again, Irene's photo card for Stars is still like $17. And I'm like, no. And then I was going to try to complete my Chill Kill collection for Wendy and such. I was going to try to get her... I found a listing for a postcard for the Elements version and such. I have not found a listing for her sister's version. And I was going to get the SM Minis for... I was going to get another SM Mini without a card. Because isn't this the SM Mini card? I'm pretty sure it is. I was going to get... just a version of Wendy's Chill Kill SM Mini of the packaging just to leave it in there and such. And then I was finally going to get a Stamp on It album of Wendy's SM Mini and such. And then, what else? I think that was it. I think then I was going to get one card for her second mini album and such. I think it was from the QR version. I think that's one of the cards I found a listing for, but alas, I will do it next time when I have to get the Saturn armor cube, because again, I'm like so psyched that form is finally getting a cube. Because like, again, like design wise, that one's like my favorite
That one's my favorite of like his three main ones, and it's just, you know, it's kind of weird that it's like, why do we have to wait this long for a stage show form to get its merch or to get its cube or get its transformation item released? Because like I was kind of like disappointed. It's like, oh, are we not gonna get the? Are we not going to get the a cube for it and such? Because like I was gonna say like before it finally got announced, like because I was gonna say I swear if Gil Arc, or like no, the point was that Gil Arc had a cube revealed before the Saturn armor. In Gil Arc, we at that point at the time we barely saw him, but now it's like, oh cool, now we actually are getting Saturn armor's cube, and it's just like yes. Yes! But other than that, though, I feel like here I can probably address, at this point, too, they have announced the third season of New Generation Stars. Sadly, I'm gonna sucker in on the Zero stuff. Because I'm like... Because, first of all, the Ultimate Brace gained another release, and it's of the Ultra Replica mode. I'm like, yes! I'm like, that's cool. I'll pick it up. The Sao Narakiri Ultra Zero Eye is of the Ultra Replica mode. Or mold. Heck yeah, I'm buying it. It's like, I don't care if it doesn't do, like, LEDs and such. Because I have the one from 5 years ago at this point. Well, I have the 2020 re-release of the 2010 version, so it's like, cool, I get to have both versions of the Zero Eye, so I don't mind personally and such. And plus, I think the Zero Eye out of the Sao Narakiri Ultra line honestly isn't as bothersome of like, oh, because again, like I feel like I kind of only had grievances with that line because it's just like, again, I mean, I think in general with a lot of Bandai Japan releases lately, I've been kind of having a lot of grievances with it just because it's like they're just kind of taking like they're taking Bandai China products and trying to like make it like it's more of that thing of like what do you call it? Of just like, and I get it because it's still Bandai and all, but it's just more of like, you know, they're trying to be like, what's the word? I don't want to say ownership. I think what I'm trying to say is like, you know, they're trying to like take it as like, oh yeah, we're the ones that did this thing and such, even though it's like, no, it was your superior other subsidiary that did it before you. You just took it away from them. You just took it from them. It's like it's not exactly being like, oh yeah, like we're copying. It's not the Mr. Bean meme from the first episode of Bean copying like the test and stuff. It's not that. But it's like, I don't know. It's just because like honestly, especially because I just feel like Bandai China, as I think said, has just become a lot more superior in terms of like what they put out and such. Because again, like, oh my gosh, this is gonna fall. I'm trying to get the box for the Gattack sector out, but that is not a Bandai China item. Like, you know, like stuff like this. Like Bandai China was the first to do this, not Bandai China or not Bandai Japan, because obviously now, of course, Bandai Japan is like, you know, I guess it just feels like Bandai Japan is kind of not offloading, but kind of like going on the tailcoats of Bandai China. For example, it was leaked that next year in like March, I think, they're finally going to put out the super best versions of the Kabuto Zector and the Fies Driver. And, well, I mean, technically the Fies Driver we kind of already knew because of that clear version that
upsettingly got canceled. Like, I was telling Draken that. It was just because we were talking about Narukira World, and I was like telling him, like, man, it's so unfortunate that, like, it's just so unfortunate what happened with the Fies driver. Because we were looking at, like, I think we were looking at the product list and such. He was like, oh, what, like, he was thinking I was talking about the CSM. I was like, no, I'm talking about, like, the one that's for this event. They like, made a post, they made a tweet about it, and, like, or they made a tweet announcing its cancellation. And it's just like, this is super unfortunate. But, yeah. So, I don't know. It's like, because I think what Bandai China offers is like really cool, even though it's like, in some cases, like with Ultraman, it could be like resources wise, it's kind of limiting, but it's kind of interesting just to see what they can do with. Is Vulcan upside down? It's just kind of interesting what Bandai China can like throw together with the limited resources they have. Because like I think Bandai China is kind of doing a better job at like, you know, keeping toy lines alive as opposed to Bandai Japan. Just because I just feel like, again, especially with a lot of premium releases, like all the premium DX releases are things that Bandai China already did. The G-Con grade, the gee, why is that my only example? That doesn't help my argument. But like, I mean, like again, like going back to Geats, like Bujin for example. Bujin was originally a Bandai China release. I have proof of it. Toe Collectibles sent that in for Zreiken instead of his Garoken. And then like Ultraman, obviously, that's where we're getting at. Ultraman, the entirety of the Sao Narikiri line were originally Bandai China releases, but then now just repackaged as Bandai China or like Bandai Japan releases. But like at least with the Sao Narikiri line, they're at least being like one-to-one re-releases as opposed to the Soundcross action figures for Ultraman, where Bandai Japan is like, I mean, I at least like that Bandai Japan actually acknowledges what the Chinese versions, to which they just call the overseas versions. Like, at least with like the Ryder blog, but like I don't know, it's just weird because it's like, I mean, like the Spiral Parade is also a good example. The Spiral Parade was a Bandai China creation, but then like Bandai Japan took it and made it a premium Bandai item. But like, yeah, the Soundcross action line is like a good example of like Bandai Japan just randomly feeling the need that they have to step up or they have to one up the Chinese release to like differentiate it. And it's like, yeah, it's not bad. And like, this is not bad and all because it's like, you know, it's already going to be kind of difficult to get the Chinese versions of it. So it's just like to have a Japanese release of it, it's like, oh, cool. But at the same time, though, it's just like, again, the attitude that's kind of like being put up is just like, oh yeah, we like one up the like overseas version. Take that. Even though it's like, well, they're the ones that created it in the first place. Like, it's kind of like, it just seems like Bandai Japan is like kind of dismissing what China already did and just trying to say like, yeah, we're the ones that did this and such. Even though it's like, no, you guys didn't. China did it. Because like again, with all the premium DX releases or the like big swords, like again, like the Magnum Shooter and the G-Con grade, and now, oh, I mean, I guess the Build Crusher is their creation, but like at the same time, I feel like China probably was already planning that. It just wasn't announced. But like, you know, it's just like at this point, it's just like with the Bandai China or the Bandai Japan like versions of these items, it's just like, okay, is it like necessary for me to have BGM with this sword? Like, for example, why do I want PRATY Universe or Party Universe playing when I'm slashing with the G-Con grade? he never used the G-Con grade in that movie. Maybe. If I recall. Like, it just, like, I don't know, it's just like the G-Con grade, like, I mean, the Build Crusher is definitely a weird choice that no one asked for, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, Sento did use it out of suit a lot, or at least in like the early, like in at least in the first half of the show, he did use the gun mode a lot when he's on Machine Builder. So it's just like, yeah, that's valid. But like, for example, we never saw Solo fight with a G-Con grade and such. And again, they're just taking the same innovations that Bandai China already did and trying to make it their own point. Or, I mean, not necessarily, but it's just like, you know, the fact of like, oh, here's the adapter piece, so then you can put on the DX ride watches. It's like, yeah, you can already do that with the Chinese version. It's just like, basically, the only difference between the Chinese version and the Japanese version is that obviously the Japanese version, paint-wise, is supposed to be more prop accurate, and for, I guess, assuming for the rest of these, they just add in BGM tracks. So, of course, Bandai China already put out the Cross Geats Buster, and, like, you know, don't be surprised next year when Premium DX comes around with the Cross Geats Booster and the Geats Buster QB9. Like, just don't be surprised, because it's like, again, Bandai Japan is basically just trying to ride on the coattails of Bandai China's innovations. It's just like, I mean, Bandai China at least still, or at least with Ultraman at least, it still has their own original creations, like the swords, or the weapons, or the 2 weapon series they had. There's a new line for Zero that I'm gonna try to pick up, which is basically just an amalgamation of the Z line. It's just the Z line again, but excluding the fusions. It's hilarious. But yeah, I kind of find it funny. I guess when you think about it this year, I think this might be not the most, but like, I think the unboxing spectaculars have been on par with the monthly unboxings, but I think you can just kind of tell, like, I don't know. I think the monthly unboxings have become more, like, I mean, I think there's like more, like, I think there's just more variety in terms of like the monthly unboxing, or in the unboxing spectaculars as opposed to the monthly unboxings, because the monthly unboxings were just strictly like pre-orders and such. Speaking of pre-orders, I need to still, I was going to work on that video and like export it, but then I realized, oh, 03's coming in. So I had to like film a quick ending for that. Or just like opening it, just like, oh, forgot about this, open it, be like, okay, here's the action, okay, video's done. And such, but yeah, obviously I won't spoil what, obviously I'm not going to spoil what the purpose of these are for. I mean, you might have already seen it. I mean, I at least appreciate that these, I appreciate the, what the seller has done and such, or the sellers have done. Because honestly, I think, because again, I have the Valen Buster, because I want to say I want to get the unique sound, or the Gochuzos with the unique sounds, but like, as I addressed before in that video, obviously that one's insanely impossible, even though yesterday they just announced a premium set just for that Gochuzo exclusively, and apparently, I mean, with that announcement, they actually did say, like, oh yeah, Shokugan 3, April 2025, and it's like, okay. Like, I mean, like, I hope there's at least 2 more waves, especially just seeing how the Gochuzos have been, of just like, wow, a line with momentum? That's the first, or that's the second year in a row, Bandai. Woo! Like, just hearing that, like, especially with the third quarter listings, like, hearing the push, this schedule push, the filming schedule push might actually have saved Bandai because it actually means for them they don't have to relegate anything to premium Bandai. Even though, because like I think from especially hearing from Gotchard, it just seems like what we think is like, oh, Bandai's meddling and such, and they clearly want to sell this as premium Bandai. It's like hearing Gotchard's side and about like Twilight Madrid and Valorant Kuragane. Yeah, it seemed like Bandai was just not like. It seems like basically Bandai had no obligation at all to like pump out more money and such. So it's just, I guess with that, it kind of makes me reconsider like, okay, let's look back at all the previous premium Bandai releases and which ones they were like, oh yeah, this one's gonna make money, and the one they're just like, I guess we have to put this out. But then again, look at things like the Chameleon and Sabertooth. Was it Sabertooth? What was Mock? No, Mock was Chameleon. What was Chaser? I don't remember. But those two Vice stamps have still yet to be released and such. So, like, again, like, especially, again, just from, I think, again, I apologize. I think Geats for sure is where you can tell Bandai's like, becoming greedy and like, let's resell this entire retail line in premium Bandai. But then with Gotchard, it seems like Bandai's kind of miserable and it's just like, I guess we have to put this out. It's just like, it's such a stark contrast of like, because it's just like, it is kind of weird to see that like Bandai is kind of like, we don't want to make money with Gotchard. We want to make money with Geats. And then there's the best selection Mobards that I don't want to buy in. I kind of want it. I'm kind of done with Ranger Keys, honestly, because it's just like I kind of got. I don't know. It's just like I just my enthusiasm for that gimmick kind of like dropped. Because I just want to get the like suits or teams that I like and then like move on and such. But then like, especially because the best selection version of the Mobards doesn't remotely do much difference. It doesn't have too much adding onto it besides the new teams. And like obviously that would be great for me to like, try to figure out like what new sounds will be added in. But it's like it's not going to add in like things that are canon to like the media Gokaiger. We're still not gonna get any of the superhero Tyson stuff. Like there's not gonna be any Kamen O's or Metal Hero sound. And yet there will be like, oh, here the like, yeah, I get it. Like the Sentai teams are in priority and such. But like where the heck are the other side content stuff? It's just baffling. But yeah, so next order for sure. The next box I have in mind for buy, getting the Saturn Armor Cube, trying to finish my Chill Kill collection for Wendy. I might have to actually import Whiplash if Barnes & Nobles doesn't hold the other albums or the other versions of the album. Unless it's gonna be like the Circle, the photo book of Armageddon, where that one showed up like 2 months later or something. I don't know. I don't know album distribution. I don't get it, but
Because, okay, so one thing I want to reiterate with these ones. I don't know if these are like the same selection of cards or they're different. What I assume is that these were like 3 different selection of cards. So basically, we have to. I hope Gavin Valen have just one variant, but then I assume they have 2 variants. They're not albums, but like it's a CD release. So of course they're going to try to maximize the amount of cards you get and such, but yeah, again, I do appreciate now they're not being dumb and like excluding things, but at the same time it's just like, again, it makes me look dumb of just like, then why the heck did you get all 3 versions if you only needed to get the one, which is that one? Like I've already said before, the cards. The Gavin Valen cards. Yeah, I don't get this either. I don't know why they went back to just the DVD. They should have done a Blu-ray, unless whenever we get around to the CD box for Gav, these versions, or Got Boost is included with the CD box music video Blu-ray disc, just like it was with Gotchard, which with Gotchard, I still need to get the CD box. Oh man, Got Boost. Got Boost was like one of the hardest things Dragon and I tried to look for some reason. We do not know why. So we were originally going to order Got Boost off of CD Japan. So then Draken would have gotten the other like Details of Heroes adjacent book for Gotchard for those 2 cards for the future Daybreak. But yeah, Got Boost was not listed at all, which is weird. And obviously, because of how popular Gochizos are, it took us forever to try to find a listing for the Gochizo or the CD plus toy version, because every version either did not have the box, did not have the Gochizo, or had things excluded. And it's like, why? We got these easily off of like, I think it was a store in Rakuten. I don't know, but yeah, I got those were like easy. It said that it was like the first release bonus version of. It said these were the first release bonus versions of them, but it doesn't look like they were. It's kind of weird. But nevertheless, I was going to try to do that with this one because I was like, I saw on Rin Channel, it's like, oh, they technically do come with photo cards, technically. So I was like, heck yeah, I'll get that. But then like I started thinking about it, I was like, I don't even know this group, so why would I want to try to track that down? Because it's not like it's essentially with Espa, but it's just like. But I mean, in the case of like Fantastics, like I don't know any of the members and such. Like at least with Espa beforehand, obviously because of Superstar estimates, or it's like I don't know. It's like if I started collecting Ive or like Baby Monster, basically. But I mean, like again, I at least have knowledge of the members, or like I can at least name some members from like either of those groups. But like, it's just basically that kind of logic of just like, for example, with Baby Monster's first album, if I decided to go all in, I'm like, yeah, I want to get the one with the pre-order bonus, or like the one with the pod. It's just like that's basically the logic of just like that I originally had with this version of Got Boost. It's like, yeah, I want to get the one with the selfie card, but it's like, I don't need. I was like, it's not worth it because those versions of those listings were pretty expensive, and it's just like, it's whatever. I don't have an attachment to this, or I don't have as much of an attachment to this group as I do with a lot of K-pop groups. So it's like with K-pop, I don't mind of like, again, picking up an album with a POV of like of a member, because it's like, oh, cool. In the case of here, it's just like, yeah, I really don't have an attachment. So it's just like, it was like the next day, because like I think originally what we had in our box besides Riken's Gundam, I think so it obviously had to be broken up into two, but like basically we got Whiplash, we had the Got Boost singles, and we had Valorad and Vulcan. And then days later, I sent to Reagan a listing of this one and of Double and such. And then the next batch was of the Arc stuff and the two, and Ryuki and Revi, because these two were, at the time that we ordered this, it was November. I had to wait for these and such. I had to wait for these to get released, but I also had to wait for this to get released and such. Because I think I was supposed to get this one in between the time that we did do this, like when we did get these four. But then the first one I sent to Zregan. No, I think it was with this. The first one I sent to Zregan, it immediately canceled due to the convenience of the seller. Basically, they just wanted to sell it for a higher price. Because I think I've already explained this. The way I kind of approach getting things off of Mercari is that I get like the best in between price. I don't go for the lowest price. On like specific things, because of the fact that, you know, I don't want to be rug pulled. I don't want the rug pulled on me, basically, when we do order it, because, you know, again, we can have cases of like, well, the order got canceled due to the seller. But then at the same time too, I don't want to I don't want to have to get things at the most expensive price unless it's like absolutely necessary to. Whiplash was a case that was not necessary, because this dropped by like $7 like the last time I've looked at. And such, and it wasn't worth it because it was already opened and predetermined. So it's like, great. That technically makes that the first Whiplash card I've pulled. I apologize, but yeah. So I think this was like $34. Like what I said before, this thing luckily was not stupidly expensive. This thing was $46. This thing was like so much cheaper than set one, and I actually got everything. Bless you, seller. Thank you for not being misconstrued. The Karinas is so tempting too. Like, man. Like, I mean, I could technically get everyone, but like I don't want to. Like, I just want to get we need to control ourselves. It's just like, if we can just look at pictures of Karina. We don't need to physically have it. There's a good tweet that basically summarized it.
It was funny because it's literally just like being a fan. I don't remember the caption, but it's just like being an average fan of Karina. and then it's just like someone just completely losing it.
But yeah, again, these were basically the retail prices. This I think I got for like cheaper than what I got the original pricing of the first listing we got, because I didn't realize these things I guess have a upcharge because they are Super Mario Store exclusives. The Gochi Souls were pretty cheap. They were technically $7 to like $10 a piece. Like Double was $7, Ryuki was $7. I think Vulcan was $7. Like again, like $7 to like $9 a piece, like what I said before. But yeah, again, these are really, these are chunky and big. I thought they were gonna be like puny. I guess they're the same size as Alataro gears, but it is kind of interesting just to see how exposed the like circuitry is at the bottom. That is really interesting to see. That one just refuses to open. This one will open because it's literally the same like this. But yeah, if you're wondering why I got 5 of these, you will know later. And obviously this one is technically sealed. But it also just makes me realize these packs are really gigantic and such. So I'm not looking forward to this one just because I really don't. I'm not too big on this one, but I mean, we'll see. I think that will have to do with this unboxing spectacular. I want this video to be the last one I put out before the end of the year update video, but I just do want to say, like, thank you for watching through these for the entire year. I think they're what? Like what I was trying to say before, I think the unboxing spectaculars this year were kind of more plentiful than the monthly unboxings, just because, again, monthly unboxings now have just been kind of comprised of just, okay, here's pre-order item I have, here's my grievances about X thing, moving on. But it's also just because, like, Zrekin and I haven't been able to, like, well, I mean, Zrekin's been doing a lot more HLJ shopping and such, and, like, most of our shopping has just kind of relegated into Mercari. So, like, or Mercari Hawaii. Just because for me, it's just a lot more convenient to have things I need on there as opposed to going on Mandarake or like anything like that. Just because Mandarake now just doesn't really have like the things I like absolutely need because it's at like very low stock. And it's also, again, it's just the case of like everyone is basically going over there to buy these things out. So it's just like, I might as well just go to a place that not a lot of people are going to go to, basically. And it's also just so then I can actually get these things, for example, for a cheaper price than what Toy Collectibles is holding them for. So yeah. I've already announced what I had in mind for one box and such. But again, I don't think another thing is going to be added to the unboxing spectaculars that isn't basically just Toku adjacent stuff. Because again, if I had to, I feel like I've explained it before as to why the unboxing spectaculars are the way they are. It's basically just because, again, like the whole point of the unboxing spectaculars, I mean, originally was that they were supposed to be a bit more chaotic in terms of like what is presented in the videos. So, which basically just means here's something that's not really Toku adjacent, basically. Just so then like the monthly unboxings can still
keep up that persona, but like at the same time, like I guess be from like shops that I guess are a bit more like affirmative to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like because I guess with the nature of like obviously like buy for example, everything's like in an individual package, and like these are like I think like I don't know. I guess like in a way I don't know how to phrase it. Unboxing spectaculars I guess are a bit more personal in terms of like a lot of these are like individualized orders that are just piled together and such. So it's just basically like I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to describe. I guess literally the most simplest way of describing it is just literally it's just more of a showcase on Toku adjacent things. I'm not trying to do come up with this just to get to an hour and such. And this is at 46%. Woohoo. Cause like even if I get to an hour, I have to cut things down. Or I have to cut down putting the box out and such, so yeah. I'll have to do this unboxing spectacular. This is Ryder and this is Ryder and Luffy people. Bye. I missed Ning Ning.